Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to finally be filming my labor and delivery story. Last time I promised you this video was probably like a year ago, so let's get right to it. And if you guys want to hear my whole story time on how I gave birth and my whole experience, keep on watching. Alright guys, so when a couple weeks prior to Caden's delivery, I had an appointment, and when you're pregnant, you go to the doctor every month, so once a month. But the sooner you get to your due date, the more you see your doctor. So it was already my last month of being pregnant, so I will see my doctor every week or twice a week. I don't quite remember, but a week before I had Caden, I remember that the doctor was asking me if I wanted my membranes removed. And I was like, sure, like, why not? I didn't really think it was painful, but little did I know that shit was painful. So what that basically is where the doctor sticks their fingers into your vagina and just separates anything attaching to your, I don't know, just anything that's sticking around, and it takes it all out, and it just like makes your delivery go by faster. It makes you go into labor faster. That's what I mean. So when she did that, I was already 4 centimeters dilated. So I was literally just walking around with a big old hole. So 4 centimeters, I believe it's like this. I believe it's like this big, and you need to get like this big so the head could come out. So I was like already walking around like with my big like hole, acting like nothing was up. So after she did that, I did experience pain, and she did let us know that I could be giving birth an hour from then or 2 weeks from then. And I was only 37 weeks when she did that. So I was like, okay, like that's fine. And keep in mind that you're not supposed to have a baby if it's not an emergency. If you're 37 or no, if you're 38 or less weeks, you're not really supposed to have a baby. It's only when if you're 37 weeks or less, you're not supposed to have the baby if it's not an emergency. So like if I would go to the hospital and say I was feeling pain and this and that, and it was an emergency, then they couldn't give me epidural or like speed up my delivery. So so she already separated my membranes, nothing was going on, and after she did that, I started having itchy skin. I just was craving a lot of ice, so I was ready to have Caden, and I was eager to have him because I was literally like itching like crazy. Like Martin could tell you, I was putting Vicks all over my arms. I was addicted to the smell. And so anyways, March 15 rolls around. March 15, I spent the whole night at the hospital because I thought I was giving birth. So I was 37 weeks. I was 37 weeks pregnant. So the doctors put me in. They're about to they did put my IV, which the girl that put it like freaking stabbed me 100 times. My whole arm was bruised, and that was like a whole different story. They gave me this this medicine called I forgot what it was called, but it was a medicine that kind of gets you a little woozy. I felt high, and it's supposed to like just send you to sleep. Sorry if you guys hear the dogs barking, but it's just to like make you rest and stuff. So I really thought I was gonna give labor at March 15 in the morning. So I was there March 14, and I spent the night and was there until March 15 in the morning. And they saw the paperwork, and they saw that I was actually only 37 weeks, and that I don't know how to explain it. I wasn't really opening up, and I wasn't really dilating and all that stuff. So they just sent me back home, and I was like, are you fucking serious? All that for nothing. And I already posted on Instagram and blah blah blah, but nothing happened. So then I come back home, and Marty and I decided to go walk because walking speeds up the pregnancy. So we walked to Gus, and we got chili cheese fries. And I remember my mom was at the Get Shaved. No, she was at the mall. She saw my really close friend Ruthie. And all of a sudden I start feeling like these really sharp pains, and I'm over there like eating my chili cheese fries, but I was eating them downstairs in my dining room. And I just like remember telling Martin, like, Martin, I'm having like really bad pains. And he didn't really believe me because I would always complain. I was like a complainer. So I was like, babe, like, I'm serious, like I can't deal with it anymore. So then I had the urge to go pee, so I went to the bathroom and I started bleeding. And right there and then I was like, no, I have to go to the hospital, I have to check everything. I already had everything ready, so we took everything that was everything that was in my closet, and we took it downstairs, and my mom started taking us taking us to the hospital. But anyways, so we were already heading to the hospital. I gave birth in Torrance Memorial, and it's kind of a long drive. It was probably 20 minutes and it felt like 20 hours. I was in so much pain. I was crying. I was yelling at my mom if she was going too slow. I was yelling at my mom if she was going too fast, and I was yelling at her if there was bumps and everything. So I was in like horrible pain, and all I remember was just Martin and I going to the hospital, going to the 3rd floor, and him just writing all my information, because you have to sign in the doctor, how much you weigh, how far along you are, and all that stuff. And that day I was already 38 weeks, so I was on the okay to give birth and everything. So they checked me into the room, and I wasn't happy with the room they gave me because it was room number 6. So they told me like, oh, it's totally fine, this is your day, whatever you want. So they switched me to like a better room. And I know, I was like such a drama queen. So they switched me into the room I was gonna have Caden, and the pain was coming in. I didn't have super like gruesome, horrible, painful contractions, because I got my epidural early. And the reason why they did that was because they told me like 2 ladies were going to give birth, and if I wanted my epidural early, because he was gonna be busy and he might miss me and I might feel all the pain. So I was like, hell yeah, like come, like do my epidural. So when he did my epidural, it wasn't like really painful. I actually felt no pain. And oh, a quick little insert. Throughout my pregnancy, I had BP, I think, or BPS, or what was it? I don't know. I had an infection in my kidney, which meant that if I ever felt a contraction, I had to go straight to the hospital, because that infection could get into Caden and infect him, and could possibly kill him. But I wasn't really thinking negative. I was very positive throughout my whole pregnancy and throughout my whole delivery. So the guy who inserted the epidural was amazing. They're one of the top epiduralists, or whatever they're called, people in California. So he did an amazing job, and I didn't feel pain whatsoever. And whenever I would feel a pain, he would come and just put some more, but like not really like shoot me up again, but like the little epidural dropper would drop in more medicine. So I was in labor for probably 13 hours, I believe. Yeah, I was. If I have any videos of my delivery day, I'll insert them throughout the video. But my mom came, my aunt came, my sister came, and Martin's mom came, my aunt came, and a friend came with her daughter. But they left, and because I wasn't supposed to have kids, and I wasn't allowed to have kids in the room, so she couldn't be there, so my mom had to take her home. So later on, it was, sorry I keep saying but later on it ended up just being Martin's mom, my mom, and my aunt, and my little sister. My little sister fell asleep, and I was in labor for a really long time. And then I started having the urge to poo. And so when you have the urge to poo, it basically means you're gonna give birth. So I didn't know that, and I just kept telling Martin, I have to poo, I'm feeling pressure. And when the nurses came, they saw Caden's heartbeat, and it was dropping really low. And they started kicking everyone out and called the doctor in, and the doctor was like taking a long time. And most of the time the doctor you've seen throughout those 9 months isn't going to deliver you. So there was like an emergency doctor that stays there the whole night that gave birth to me. I hated him. He was the worst doctor, made me feel like crap. The nurses basically did everything, so I'm happy they did everything. He was literally like, I was pushing, he was like this, and just wait for the baby to come out and cut the umbilical cord and all that stuff. So the nurses come, and they're panicking, because like I knew you can't tell they were panicking, but you can feel that they were panicking, because Caden's heartbeat started going really low. So they kicked everyone out of the room, and it was just Martin and I. And yeah, Caden's heartbeat started going down, and like no one knows about this, just Martin and I. But like it was getting like really scary, because they told me that like his heartbeat was going down, and it didn't look good or whatever. Sorry guys. But so they like told the doctor to hurry up. but since he was taking like a long time, I just had to like push already. And once the doctor showed up though, like everything was fine. Like Caden's heartbeat miraculously like went up and like was normal. And I just started pushing, and I just remember like pushing and pushing, and not, like he wouldn't come down. It basically told us that if Caden's heartbeat kept going down, we would have an emergency C-section, which I didn't want whatsoever. So I just pushed and pushed, and if we could find those clips, if you guys go to my first video, you guys will see me pushing and pushing. I looked really calm, but in my head I was like, fuck, what the hell am I doing? I need to get this baby out. But I felt no pain, so I was calm. And I finally started pushing, and Caden came out, and when Caden came out, I was like, what the fuck do I do? Like, I looked at him, and I know all moms say that like when they see their kid, it's like love at first sight, but like when I first saw Caden, I didn't feel that, and I felt like horrible not feeling that way. And I later on found out I had like postpartum depression, but it only lasted like 3 days. And now that I see Caden, I like am mad at myself that I didn't love him enough when he was first laid into my arms. But anyways, they put him into my arms, and I was like, he's purple, because he did look purple, and they're like, no, don't worry, he's gonna go back to his pinky color. And then Martin, they take him away really quick. Martin cuts the umbilical cord, and I'm just having skin to skin with him. And in my head I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? Like, how am I gonna be a mom, you know? But little did I know that God has it all planned out, and you know, things just work out. But I just remember them saying that like they needed 2 more stitches, because I needed 7 stitches to sew me back up. Like, that's how traumatizing it was. So for a whole hour, the hospital has a policy that we have to have skin to skin, and for that whole hour we just got to interact with Caden. And I remember just telling the nurse like, I want my family here, because I didn't know what I was doing. So finally that hour passed by, and I look back now and I wish I didn't take those hours for granted. But my family finally came, took pictures with Caden, and I just felt all the love from my family, which I seriously want to relive every single day of my life. But after my family left and everything, I just remember having to take the biggest poop of my life, like the biggest shit of my life. So once they took out the catheter and I was able to walk, have in mind that I have 7 stitches. I went to the bathroom and took the biggest dump of my life. I was there for like an hour. I'm not even kidding. And I remember being in a rush, because they were literally kicking us out to get into our other room, since I was in the delivery room and some other person, they had to clean it up and someone else had to use it. And I was like, damn, like whoever had to use that, I am sorry. I don't know if it was the medicine they gave me or the food I ate prior to giving birth, but holy cow, was it bad. If you guys have given birth and had experienced the same thing, let me know. Something else that is like totally not having anything to do with my delivery or anything, my vagina, hopefully we are all girls here, like if you're a guy, get out. Dude, my vagina was so swollen, it looked like 2 balls. Like, I know that sounds disgusting, some of you girls can relate to me, but the hospital gives you like this spray bottle and this squirt bottle to clean you, and those were literally my best friend. I use those so much. Thank you, hospital, for giving me that, because I needed it. And just telling Martin like, come over here, like look how big I look. But have in mind, I did have 7 stitches and I just gave birth, so you know, I just had to insert this in the video, because you know, a lot of girls don't talk about it, and I would be mad. You know, I was mad throughout my, like after I gave birth, I was so mad that no one told me how hard it was, and all the sleepless nights and all that stuff, or to enjoy my pregnancy. And I'm just letting you guys know, if you guys are pregnant and need help, just enjoy your pregnancy. Trust me, you're gonna miss it once you give birth. You're gonna miss being pregnant, having that alone time with you and your man, or you by yourself, or you with your family. Just really enjoy it and don't take it for granted. So before I ramble on about other crap, I'm just gonna end the video right here and just say thank you guys so much for just all the love and support you guys have been showing my videos lately, and I hope you guys enjoyed this delivery and birth video like recap, I guess, because if I find videos on it, I'll insert them here. But just thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys have been showing my videos, and just know you guys are not taken for granted and that we love you guys a lot. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you guys like this quirky, weird, me crying video. Oh my god, I'm so like in this video. I'm like up and down. It was like a roller coaster. But thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.